Hi everybody, Simon Bull here, driving south on Highway 1 to Fort Bragg. Beautiful scenery outside the window. It's been a tremendous journey so far. Spent the last 2 days on a road trip through Northern California, doing some plein air painting. As you know, plein air painting is what you do when you take your paints and you go outside and you paint on the spot. You find something beautiful and you paint it. So it's kind of what I do for relaxation. It's been definitely a fun thing. I started off at Eureka, which is on Route 5, Interstate 5, and I painted some pretty cool pieces of Mount Shasta. Mount Shasta, as you know, is a volcano. It's snow covered most of the year. Looks absolutely beautiful at the moment in the early summer, covered in snow, surrounded by miles and miles of beautiful wilderness. Yeah, that was a great experience. Then the following day I drove all the way through the Klamath National Forest, following the river Klamath. I think that's how you say it. Klamath. This river anyway, that I'd spent probably 10 hours driving the length of this river through a couple of Indian reservations. I ended up at a place called Horse Creek, spoke to an old farmer called Bob, painted some of his barns, had a nice time with Bob, helped out his son whose dog was having a seizure. It's always good to be of assistance to the local community when you're out painting. Finally ended up in Eureka after many hours driving. And spent the night at a place called Rio Dell. Got up early, headed out to the Avenue of the Giants, where I painted in the early morning fog by the Eel River. The river going by, the sound of coyotes howling in the background, sound of eagles calling, birds singing, and the sound of paintbrushes slapping against the canvas. That was good. However, as I was almost finished, the sun came out, the fog rolled back, and so the lighting changed dramatically, so I packed up and moved on. Then I went south to a little further through the Avenue of the Giants, where I located the famous drive-through tree. That was a great experience, very healing and renewing as I drove through the centre of a 5,000 year old redwood. So I stopped and painted that, which you'll be able to check that out. We're going to make prints of this trip available. The original is probably going to be for sale, not sure about that, but certainly the prints are going to be available. Then I headed south to a transcendent tree hugging experience through another drive-through tree. The first one cost $6, the second one was $5. So I like to think that I'm putting your art collecting dollars to work. Now I'm headed south on Highway 1 to Fort Bragg. I'm going to seek out some coastal scenery, and I will follow up with this video shortly once I get to Fort Bragg. Thanks very much for joining me.